to my friends and was like, "Yo, let's go ahead and level this picture right here on the wall." Everybody would think about the fucking, typical shit that you see on construction sites and whatnot, with the little bubble in the glass tube. But this is you guys' preferred method of finding level things, is with this goddamn water-filled tube.
Yeah, it's more precise.
Yeah. Isn't that awesome?
Right.
That's amazing.
Precise over long
It's just
distance.
interesting how there are just certain mechanical devices that you guys happen to know every fucking granular particular about, and then everything else is like, oh fuck that,
Yeah,
man.
but
Where's the source?
you
You
could
see
establish
how
2
angry
points.
he's getting?
Triggered.
I like the
You
energy. I like the energy.
You could establish 2 points at equal altitude.
Here comes Eldiber with his death blow.
And they would be horizontal,
Death
wouldn't
blow
they?
to the globe.
You can establish a horizontal.
Hey,
In
R3,
reality.
do you want to join? Do you want to join TT6? We have positions available. R3.
Yeah,
I'll make you a colonel. I'll make you a colonel.
It throws
All
Peter's
right,
globe
all right.
proof under the bus. Anyway,
We offer benefits, good benefits, health plan, a gym,
All right.
I mean, we all know what horizontal is, don't we?
and you get to destroy flat Earth every day. So that's who wouldn't want
And we know
to do that.
Horizontals are
I
parallel
can
to each
appreciate
other.
that.
And verticals that are perpendicular are also parallel. I mean, we know that. That's in reality, isn't it?
In reality?
Yeah, for sure. In reality. I mean, you could do that. I mean, you could do that. You could go out into your garden and do that.
I don't have a
You
garden.
don't need to go. Well, you said you had got a water level, Peter, and I said, did you test it? You said, yeah. And you said you stood on one spot with your son. You stood on one spot with your son with the pipe in your hand, and you proved that it didn't work.
Well, I was lying because I was on the clock at
It's
work.
obvious you were lying. It's obvious you were lying. I mean, such a ridiculous thing to say.
I had my boss watching over my shoulder.
Yeah, you're kind of a bit frightened of these 2 points at equal elevation that can form a horizontal reference. You seem a bit scared about that. In reality.
In reality, I'm very scared.
Yeah, not on GeoGebra, not on there, because you could just write and draw anything and say, look, this is so. That's not reality.
Are you afraid of GeoGebra?
No, not at all. It's just nonsense.
Do you have nightmares? Nightmares? GeoGebra nightmares?
You came along with your flat Earth model. It's your version of what you think it is in your imagination. And then did a bit of geometry and said, this is how it is, and you have to agree this is how it is. And so we thought, shit, this guy's nuts. Let's just agree that, yeah, man, yeah, we get you, carry on. Bit like that. And then you claimed that's where we lived in reality a little further along, which sounded even more mad. But we said, yeah, go on, just tell him. Just agree. So we agreed. And then we got a little further along and you told us we lived in your version of flat Earth because we could establish 2 points at equal elevation that were horizontal. That was incredible. Yeah. But, we ordered a straitjacket. We're sending it over.
That might have been the longest amount of time to say something so little.
Well, this guy, he can go on forever.
Yeah, that's like I learned it from Peter. You mean you can't establish a horizontal in your reality?
These people are R3. They don't like to be called. They belong to a group called the Bevites or the Bevtards, and they pretend they're not flat earthers, but in reality they are. They just believe in a lasagna Earth.
See, that's what I was thinking about earlier. Like, what's the iceberg of flat Earth? Like, I'm sure you got like the entry level people, and then the people who don't really make a claim to a model, and then there's like the more elite flat earthers who go for the model theory, and then somewhere way down beneath it's like people who are harvesting like dead puppy bodies and shit.
Peter is actually the bottom.
Is that what you're doing, Erdebear? You're harvesting dead puppy bodies?
Peter's at the
Just
bottom
trying.
of
I'm
the
trying to figure it out. I'm trying to
iceberg
figure it out.
Yui, we
because
gotta
Peter's
recruit
actually
R3.
pooping on the globe. Peter's the bottom of the iceberg because he's
Yui, open the
goofing so
position
bad.
in the HR tool for R3,
The
okay? We gotta
globe.
recruit him as
Y'all
Colonel.
got a HR tool. Oh shit.
Yui, add him to the payroll.
Okay, I will. You have to add me first, so I can add him.
Look, I'm interested. I can't promise how much of a help I'll be, but you know, I can
It's
always
not
chum up
much
the
work.
waters.
You just have to prove that the Earth is a globe, okay? We'll send you some productions that we made recently. I'll send you some links.
All right.
He won't watch them.
Yes, he will.
Yeah, but Peter, like a true glober, knows everything proves the globe.
Exactly. That's why it's
Right.
so
So
easy.
there's no reason to argue for it.
It's just fun.
Honestly, I've learned a shit ton about the globe just coming in here, listening to people get dubs over you guys, and I get to learn.
I have a clock radio. He can afford.
It's just
My sister has a
reality.
radio.
Borat arrived.
Do you also
You know,
flat Earth back here, Tora?
the best argument that Bevtards have is that a water level establishes a horizontal, therefore the Earth can't be a sphere. It's really interesting, actually.
Groundbreaking.
Is that why they're
Yeah.
always talking about that damn level all the time?
Yes.
Like
If
9 out of 10
only, if
times
only
when I
anyone
come
else
in here, they are
knew.
talking about that. I shit you not.
They
The
are the
It's
best.
only,
They're the
irrefutable
best.
proof.
guys, it's
The
only a straight
irrefutable
line.
proof.
Don't get so upset.
You know, I googled water bending, like proving water that bends. Right? I googled that and I
That's a
found some
spoon.
YouTube videos, and one of them
Slice bar cake.
was someone filling up a glass. You
Bev
know
is
how when
here.
you fill it up all the way, it has a surface tension and it kind of bubbles up on the edges before it spills over.
Slice
He
bar
was like,
cake did a
"Ha!
GoFundMe
The
for his
water
earth
bends."
R3,
bending
Bev is
water
their
level
leader.
experiment.
So surface tension, so globe. Yeah, that's your
Yeah.
analogy.
Yeah.
No.
Kind
That's
of bends
great.
the wrong way, doesn't it?
Only
We
on
all
the
know it's a
edges.
globe, even in the false dichotomy, we know it's a globe. You know, you can all create a horizontal in real time. You know, you all can. You couldn't possibly say you couldn't. I mean, that would be madness, wouldn't it?
Yeah, this radical globe proving sect asked me to disprove a spherical globe last night. Didn't you, Peter?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Bev, sir.
What do you reckon? What did you say?
I don't know what you said. I
You
just say
went,
yes,
nah,
sir,
that's
Bev,
not an
sir to everything you
argument.
say.
I said,
Who calls people sir?
I made
Sir.
an argument a long time ago for a guy that made a fallacious modus tollens, called it the Black Swan. I simplified it for him.
I only make my
Showed it to Peter
modus
last night.
tollens fallacious. That's the only way I make them. I don't like them any other way.
What a chat.
Fallacious or nothing.
Does anyone else want to see it?
No.
Nah,
Put it away.
probably not. Flat Earthers won't want to
Yeah,
see it
go
because
on.
then they'll see the fallacious modus tollens, and the globe Earthers don't want to see it because, you know, disproves sphere.
Because why?
Doesn't it?
That doesn't prove anything.
Why don't the globalists want to see it?
Because it disproves the sphere model.
Is that right?
Yeah. I know I have an argument that disproves flat Earth, right? They never seem to like that. Have a look at that one in the chat. See if you can. Oh, wait,
Even
What if
even
the
Peter doesn't like
flat
that one.
model and the globe model are both wrong? What if
Yeah,
it's a
false
false
dichotomy.
dichotomy?
False dichotomy.
Yeah. Why
Yeah,
is it
I
always
totally thought about
is
that.
it this or that, right? Like people ask you, are you a Democrat or Republican? It's like if you answer that question, you've fallen into the
You
trap.
just joined the Bevites right now. You just joined the Bevites
There
by
you go.
saying that.
Have a look at this. I've got there's an argument. There you go. Look at that in the chat. That's a real argument.
Nice. More MS Paint.
Bev must be in
Do you
heaven.
guys not have like Photoshop or god damn? Like, why do y'all spend all your time in MS Paint? Like,
Yeah, like we said, this is too tough for people to even read. They
know.
just
We can't read it.
critique. Yeah, it's too tough.
it's all blurry at the top. I
No,
can't
you
see
don't
that shit.
see any of the words.
That's
You
just
can't
cool.
read it or
That's just-
anything. It's terrible, isn't
Look,
it?
currently I'm not on my 4K monitor, but I am on a 2K monitor, and this shit I can't read this shit.
Yeah.
Such a cool.
I
I'm
can
on
run
my
it through an
phone.
AI.
Don't think
and,
anybody
get
will
it
ever be
tightened up
able
a
to
little
read
bit.
it, will they?
I'm on my phone and I can see it just fine. This is the cope of globe
I can see it.
Like I
Is
can't
it?
see it because I can't handle the truth. Sorry.
Yeah, that's it.
Got to find some way to falsify it, right?
However, the logo of whoever made it is crystal clear for me to see.
You can't see that on your 2K computer. Maybe you need to go to Specsavers.
Okay, I will.
Dude, nobody
You can do it
knows
on
what that is
you
in
can
the
do it on a
US.
phone. Well, whatever your
Well,
local eye place is.
You got Shipley,
Get glasses.
Skipton,
There you go.
Nelson.
I'll
Okay.
give them
Ridley.
that. The text is a wee bit blurry, but it is
A
still
wee bit.
it's still readable.
Yeah, which satisfies the overall point I was trying to make. Why? You all depend on these fucking graphics that you make. Why not just make
Anything to get away
good
from the
quality?
argument, right?
Like,
Yeah.
I'm on
Why don't-
LinkedIn. I see tons of little infographics that are sharp. They're clear. They got nice little flow charts.
Is that it? Is that all you got?
Do you want us to read it out for you? Are your ears
Yeah,
all
he can't
right?
read. I think he can't read. He can't read. He's, that's why he's at home, because he can't read any paperwork or road signs and things like that. So he can't leave his house.
Do you want us to read it out for you? Or do you want to mess up your speakers or something? Say there's something wrong with that. Maybe my voice. Maybe we can find somebody's voice that you do understand to read it out for you. Perhaps Peter. Can you understand Peter?
Peter.
I would love to hear anybody's voice but yours.
Mm-hmm.
That
Peter,
is true.
can you read the modus
Yes,
tollens
sir.
out for us, please?
Yes, sir, Biff, sir. If the globe is a spherical object, P, then the surface of liquid water at rest must curve, Q. A water level is a tool that establishes a horizontal plane of reference, not Q. Modus tollens schmollens, not Q, therefore not P. The globe is not a spherical object, not P. On the level, live.
Well, you're reading the text that's readable.
Well
From
done.
Seattle, Washington, breaking news. A random British man on the internet debunks the globe. With a modus schmollens
No,
knowledge.
Now, what am I
debunks
looking
the
at?
spherical globe.
Now, what's like the hieroglyphic-like text in the middle, but just above the level part? The A, B, C, U, A.
T-shirt logic.
What's that I'm looking at?
Oh, dude, that's a whole story.
That's about
Enjoy.
Horizontals being parallel to the plane of the horizon.
Oh, okay. And you guys did a
That's
great
right.
job explaining that in here.
Yeah, well, that isn't meant to explain that. That's just to show you T-shirt
Just
logic.
threw it on in there, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, let's just chuck that on in there while we're at it. Just throw some.
Just because you don't understand it, it's,
look,
it's
I'm
all right.
admittedly a smooth brain, and my what I am pleading to you is to take time with the graphics that you make, since you all are so vested in making graphics. Invest a little time in making
Your
quality. That's all I'm
speaker's not
saying.
working. Your speaker's not working at all. Then you didn't hear anything.
No.
Must be cheap
Okay.
Aussie stuff.
Aussie.
How dare you?
Aussie.
The
White
water level
Moon
demonstrates
Reservoir.
Earth isn't a sphere. Crazy.
Okay, so
Yeah,
if the
that sounds
globe
like
is
a
a
good
spherical
rebuttal.
object,
We'll
P,
put that in
and the
the list.
surface must curve. Okay, it does. Model levels tool. Okay. Horizontal plane of reference. Okay. What's the farthest someone's ever gone with a water level?
Depends what you want to call a water level, doesn't it? See that bit at the top? It's an elevation profile of a canal.
Okay.
I'll tell you what happened to the picture.
The longest stretch
They-
there is
they-
27 miles between locks.
They made the canvas massive. They made the meme or whatever you want to call it, and then they shrunk it down after the fact.
Yeah, I was thinking that this is like literally some footnote to a much larger map or key or something like that, and someone just grabbed this corner of something and then blew it up and then put their little wording down below it.
Yeah, it's an elevation profile of a canal that stretches across the UK. Not along, across.
Okay.
West to east. Across the
Okay.
Pennine Ridge of mountains in the middle. That's why it's higher at the top.
All right, so my question to you is, what is the longest applied use of a water level that we have on record?
Me personally, 400
No,
meters. That's the
that we can
longest
find.
recorded practical water level.
400 meters.
Yeah.
That sounds very small in the context of
Have you ever heard
what
of
we're
the?
talking here.
You ever heard of the short numbers?
No.
Right. Slice Barkane made this test. He had a test called the bending water level experiment, and that is because on certain models they have a drop of the water level over a distance from the start point.
Yeah.
You've heard of that?
No, but I can imagine
You might have heard of
other
the
factors coming into play with just if you I
Is
imagine
it,
something
have you
like
heard of the
thickness
number
of the
8
tube.
inches?
I imagine stuff like the thickness of the tube and what kind of pressure you're running this
ECV will
tube
do
through
that.
that could affect the outcomes.
Well, we can get to the pressure in a bit. You know, the drop numbers. Have you heard of 8 inches per mile squared? A number given to the flat earthers or the globe earthers by a flat earther, Robotham. Have you heard of that?
Okay, yeah, I've heard that, and I've heard that
Okay.
it's incorrect.
So if
as
it
well,
drops,
from
well, if
others.
it drops 8 inches over a mile, you've heard it's incorrect, have you?
Yes, I have.
Do you know the real number?
I don't.
No. Why is that? Because it's a drop
because
number,
I haven't
right?
sought out that
It's a
answer
drop.
too aggressively.
A vertical drop from the start point in relation to the horizontal, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, as you get closer to the start point, what you deal with is a quadratic function working back from 8, eventually to 0. So the short numbers are these numbers at shorter distances. 100 meters, 200 meters, because that's what Slice Barkane did. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. He had 16 rises, because that's 1600 meters, which is, everybody knows that, 1609 meters. That's a mile. So
Oh,
8
yes, I do
inches
know
would
that.
be the, it would be lower, wouldn't it, than the start?
gonna say yes only because you prompted me by saying wouldn't it.
Okay,
Good
well,
choice.
Brain
good,
over here,
good
okay?
that you're thinking of it. So, do you know the short numbers? I mean,
No.
you've obviously heard that the 8-inch one is wrong. So, do you know any of the numbers to replace that with?
No, I don't. Sorry.
Is that because you're not a mathematician or because you've never considered it?
I haven't done the deep dive on that stuff.
See that one in the who was put that carnivore in the chat? He's done it, right? And
Okay.
the middle one's higher. Or at least they've made it look like the middle one's higher. Why would they do that?
Let's see what we got here. Let me look at this here. All right, Carney. All right, carnivore.
Don't worry, Carnivore won't come out to help you. He's just
All right,
posting
what we got
pictures.
here. So we got the fuck am I looking at? Okay,
Saying
let's
the
see
middle
how
point is higher.
Yeah, in that picture there, that's what it's showing. So
I
yeah, there's
couldn't
a
see
bit
it
of a
clearly.
conundrum how it can drop but then get higher at a midpoint.
Okay.
Drop
must have
or
made a
hump, the
mistake.
eternal conundrum for the spherical globe believer.
I missed it. Sorry.
What you want to do is you want to have a look at Sly Sparkane and his bending water level experiment.
Okay. So how does this answer my question originally with
You said, what's the longest
use of
practical
this?
water level? And I said, the
Yeah.
400 meters is the one.
Yeah, and I said in the grand scheme of the context of what we're talking about, that does not seem like it would even scratch the surface.
You don't seem to know anything.
Yeah.
You're not sure on that
Is
curved
that a
number.
That's right.
rebuttal? You just don't know anything? That's the rebuttal?
Right.
I see.
So how are you able to discern whether
How
something's
many
right or wrong?
kilometers is 400 meters, Erdebear?
There you go. Have you ever heard of Stark Otter?
0.4, by the way.
Have you ever
Oh,
heard of Stark
sweet.
Otter?
Hold
You
on,
smoked him, Yui.
Or Ruhith?
No, I have not.
Ruhif? That
In
sounds
the
like a better word
And I
than
also,
Polish.
in the
there's
live
possibly
chat
I
right
have
now.
heard of them, but maybe your pronunciation of them.
Okay, right. In the live chat right now is
One of them sounded like the
series of
F word in
numbers
Polish.
that have been calculated
Saying,
by the
and I have a
mathematical
citation. I'm
geniuses
not afraid to use it.
that you guys obviously aren't. Because you guys can't do this. So
Looked
it's
at
a
it.
good job that somebody else has done it for you. Now, these are the drop numbers relating
Was
to
it the
that
rumpus?
first
This
water
is
level
awesome.
over distance.
All right, can I just make a critique again? Okay, so here we have an image.
Make it a crushing
We got
critique.
the hieroglyphic shit in the background again. Why? It's like, I don't know.
Because
Or
it's t-shirt
psychological
logic.
effect.
T-shirt
like,
logic.
there's a picture of like 3 babies just to the right of the 200 number. Why? I don't know.
That's
You don't
so
know
good.
what that is? I know.
Child
Why they
abuse.
chose to put this in handwriting font? It's
Anything but the
guys,
content, right?
you've got
Anything
to get a
but the content.
technical writer and get
Yeah.
your shit
Yeah.
on point.
Can you see the
You don't
numbers?
know
Well,
anything. That's why you're ducking and
Can you
diving.
see the
That's
numbers that
all.
have got
All right,
boxes
let's get back
around
to
them?
it. Let's get
Or
back
is
to
that
it.
a bit
I
too...
wanted to,
It's a bit making it a bit too obvious.
that was for comedic effect, but
Yeah.
let's get back to it. Okay, so what am I looking at here?
You're looking at the numbers, the drop numbers from the initial point. Now, they're the 200 meters and 400 meters, wrote down in millimeters to 5 decimal places.
Nice.
Could you measure that? 3.1 millimeters?
With what?
A ruler.
If it was a millimeter ruler, I don't see why not.
There you go. So you can actually measure these. The numbers
Okay,
are there.
nice.
It's only 100 meters, 200 meters, 400 meters. So surely you could devise a test for you to be able to measure that with a ruler, wouldn't you?
Okay, can you explain the three white babies next to the number 200? What's going on with those guys?
I thought you
That's
wanted somebody to sort of
you want to
give you
look at
some
the
proof of
babies.
something.
Look, is somebody put this shit in here for a reason? We got some damn.
Yeah, forget this shit. Just listen to the words.
Yeah, one of them says drop and the other one says hump, and the little guy at the back says horizontal. Now the guy that says horizontal has got a big grin on his face, and the one that says drop is crying, and the one that says hump, he's crying too. Because these are drop numbers. Yeah, Carnivore's just put a picture in the chat for you that shows the hump.
Oh,
The
Cody's
hump!
back at it again.
The hump!
Okay.
There's a lot of crying.
But you're completely leaving out atmospheric lensing, which distorts your vision. So try again.
It's just a measurement.
Your eyeballs are curved too.
Holy shit.
A measurement on a ruler has got what, like
Atmospheric
lensing.
Wow.
That's
a new one.
That's good, yeah. Surely you
Thought
can
that'd
come up
come
with
later.
a better rebuttal than that. The spherical globe is at stake. Come on, man. So this is a water level, right, that you put together with 16 risers that goes over a distance of a mile.
Okay.
Each one of the drop numbers is part of a quadratic equation. Impossible in reality, but there it is, wrote down on a piece of paper by cleverer people than you. We compiled those numbers over a series of weeks, asking all of the top mathematicians from the globe.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
So did any of you all calculate that yourselves, or you just asked
I
them and
didn't
you put your
calculate it.
trust in
I
them?
don't touch fantasy maths. Other people
So
do
do
that
you-
for me.
So now I'm gonna hit you with an argumentative device that you guys like to do. So do you know that, or do you believe that?
Do I know what? That people gave me those numbers?
No. Do you know what those numbers represent, or do you believe what you were told those numbers represent?
These are your
Globe
guys.
gave us it. Those are the ones that were confirmed by Stark Odder. Now, initially, they were given to us by Ruhif, Brad the Science Guy. I think there was quite a few people that added the original ones, but that was just Stark Odder. He checked it and gave us 2 5 decimal places of a millimeter.
Okay.
He said he could measure that. Maybe he needs his glasses, but still, said he could measure that and verify that he could measure that minuscule amount, 3 millimeters.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be the easiest thing in
Can't
the
see the
world.
screen, but you could do that.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the easiest thing in the world, but I figure out a way to do it right.
Yeah, but you're fighting against the guys who are supporting you. These are your guys' numbers.
I don't think they made this wonderfully presented graphic, but I don't think they made this graphic.
Peter would love these. Peter would love this.
Now,
Peter would
what am
love
I
it. He would
looking at
accept
here?
these figures.
Now, what am I looking here at the
I
top
reject
right?
all those figures.
We got the what is that? The delta symbol. What was that? O Y O. What's that in the top right there? That little symbol with the accent over the O. Is that Greek
says
or something?
Logos.
Okay.
It's Greek.
Okay.
There's numbers.
Okay.
There's
All right,
numbers down the other side,
I'm
though.
totally
Look a
lost.
little to the
Okay, it's
left.
Greek.
See those red bits there, the red boxes. There's numbers there.
Yeah.
That's what you should look at. Those numbers.
Yeah, I'm done looking at those. Now I'm looking at all these other sweet graphics on here. I see
What
you
for?
managed to mix the level stuff back in there. We got the water level horizontal, imaginary. What's that? Imaginometry. Okay.
How long does it take
That's
you to
their
get through a
specialty.
Netflix
That's
movie?
their specialty.
Interested in the
Yeah.
imaginometry. Here's the original ones. The 16 individual 100 meter unsighted water level calculated mine measurement drop of each individual level from the start position. Ruhif started off with 1 millimeter over a thingy, but he quickly got corrected on that one.
You know how with cereal it's fortified with vitamins and minerals. You guys' imagery is just fortified with just.
It's like an overload, isn't it?
We got a meme in here. We got numbers from
Only
the
a
globe
mile.
guys.
The stuff you can't even see, mate. Don't worry about that.
Look at the Glober coping.
Dude,
Yeah.
No, this is a lot.
It's only a mile, mate. It's only a mile.
Yeah. Well,
1
these are
mile.
the short numbers we call these. Right back to zero. Because they can calculate, right? What we did was we set them a task. We said, if the most accurate measuring tool can measure to a 50 millionth of an inch, right? Given those standards, how far could you measure a horizontal in reality?
In reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
not in a theoretical.
With a water level.
In reality.
Yeah. Do you know what the answer was? I mean,
I think you know the answer.
Yeah, I do. But I've asked people, right? And I'm asking you at the minute. Do you know? Or can you imagine?
Don't answer.
Could you calculate?
Can you ask the question again? I just got back.
Given a tool that can establish the accuracy of a 50 millionth of an inch, at what distance could you measure a horizontal away from the start point?
Okay.
Using the
water level.
Well, the short numbers, right? Whether you're going to factor them in or not, do you reckon?
Hey, can you explain short numbers again?
The original modus tollens. Do you remember that? I'll state that one again. It says the original modus tollens. If the globe is a spherical object, P, then the surface of liquid water at rest must curve, Q.
Q. I remember that.
A water level is a tool that establishes a horizontal plane of reference, not Q. Yeah?
Okay.
It's not curving, is it?
How do you know that?
Well, a horizontal plane of reference doesn't curve.
I'm not sure that it needs to curve for you to be able to prove that water on the earth as it is at rest or as it sits in the ocean. I don't think that a water level would prove anything that relates to that. I think that is its own vested set of measurements for our purposes.
It's not curving though, right?
So you're saying
it is a body of liquid water, right? At rest.
So you're saying we would use a water level to prove the curvature of the earth? Why would we do that?
No, I'm suggesting that falsifies the surface of liquid water at rest must curve, because there is no curve in a horizontal plane of reference.
Okay.
Maybe. So that does falsify for this particular modus tollens.
I think there's more questions to ask there, and more than the test that you're laying out to actually satisfy the claim that you're making about that.
Well, yeah, the claim there, obviously, it's not really much of a claim. You can check it out yourself.
Yeah,
a water level is a tool to establishing a horizontal plane of reference.
Your claim is that the water level always comes out horizontal, therefore all water on Earth is at a horizontal
Nah,
state.
nah.
Yeah, that is what you're doing.
No, that's not what I'm claiming at all. I mean, there's obviously rivers, there's tides in the sea, there's motion. This says the surface of liquid water at rest.
Yeah, at rest as well. A still
Well, like a
pond with a
river
bunch of
isn't at rest,
a
is it?
still pond with a bunch
Nobody's
of
claiming that
mosquitoes.
that's horizontal,
A
are
still
they?
pond with a bunch of mosquitoes on it. You're claiming that it is flat, and I would say, well, it's still
I didn't
on
say flat.
the.
There's no mention of flat.
Okay, here we go with like I'm not using the right term, flat versus whatever other
Flat
synonyms
isn't
you
in
have
the
for flat.
argument. Don't pick up
Yeah.
words that aren't in the argument.
Okay, my bad. I just saw that in the VC name and decided to use it. What should I say then?
Well, we're talking about this
Horizontal.
How
Lasagna.
What are you saying? Are you saying that a water level isn't a tool to establish a horizontal, or are you saying that it can't possibly be a tool?
It is a tool.
Yeah,
it is a tool to establish a horizontal for that in which it's measuring. But there's limited scope to that I could imagine. And to try to say
equal
that,
elevation.
well,
and I'm saying we do have water levels in reality that measure to a 50 millionth of an inch accuracy.
Yeah, over how long of a distance?
That's the question. Given the parameters, how long of a horizontal could you measure with the water level?
That's what I asked you, so...
Well, I've already asked a lot of people.
Were they all in flat Earth communities?
It depends now.
Might be a problem.
No, this is just one of those questions in reality, obviously, isn't it? Anybody can ask this.
I don't think it's obvious.
Yeah.
I think that's the problem. Is a lot of this stuff isn't obvious unless you are vested in some area of science that relates to these things. So you get brainlets like me and some of you in here that see all these awesome graphics and think people are onto something.
So, going to measure this supposed short number drop, would you measure the drop, or would you measure the hump in the middle, the sagittar? Well, like, what methods would you go to, measure this?
I don't know. I'd probably put the tube away. I'd probably stop.
The pipe away too.
Yeah, put all the pipe away. Tube. Put the pipe down.
Put all the glass shit down, Bev.
Yeah, dude.
Take a walk. Breathe in some air.
Probably best to ignore it.
Yeah, just walk in the opposite direction.
Tis globe.
Yeah, best off. Just tis globe it.
Don't look. Put your hands over your ears and go la 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 la. That's really the best position to be in. And don't give a shit about any of it, really. Because it is nonsense.
You should have stuck with the I can't read that, I think.
I did, and you guys accosted me for it.
Yeah, so you should have stuck with it.
I tried to, but, we had to move on eventually.
You could always try the Nathan Oakley and Flat Earth debate type approach and just say, that's not an argument.
No, I don't like all that fallacy. And you guys do that shit too a lot. That gets old quick. You're like
Yeah, it's cringe.
Unimpressive
and cringe.
Fallacy shit.
Yeah, spotting fallacies. Man, who wants to do that?
Cringe.
2024.
You're straw manning. You're steel manning.
Yeah.
You're this, you're that.
Yeah, sometimes a fallacy is good for leveraging a point in an argument.
You know what my favorite one is when they say you just don't understand. You ever hear that one?
You just don't understand, Jerry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when you don't, you don't.
And then when you ask the probing questions to get understanding, you get name called and muted and all that other shit.
I'm still confused how a water level debunks the globe. Is anyone tracking?
I've been asking that for the last hour.
Spherical globe.
Water doesn't bend,
Spherical
Huey.
globe,
It
yeah.
doesn't bend. It doesn't curve. Show water curving. Guys, I think Heretic might have had a seizure or something because he hasn't muted anybody in like an hour. This has never happened before. Somebody better check in on him. Yeah, he's getting soft somewhere, all right. But like, somebody check in on him.
Nah, dude, I'm in listen mode. I'm looking for entertainment at the moment. I'm not looking to mediate a VC.
Okay.
I like you. I like you.
So how long do you reckon you could make a water level to establish a horizontal? In reality, like. Give us a rough
I don't
estimate.
know. I feel like if
length.
you say horizontal one more time, I'm gonna do something that's TOS.
You're so new to Bev.
Yeah, it's a scary
This is
word.
all Bev says.
Yeah, Bev gets stuck on these things.
Yeah. I mean, who wants to give a length of anything? Because I mean, it's because it's a straight
How many
line,
years
isn't
have
it?
you been saying level, Bev? How many years have you been on this loop?
I mean, how else are you supposed to not change topics?
This is the
right?
sort of stuff we started with, dude. This is like entry level shit.
I mean, that's the whole point, is to stay on topic, yeah?
Yeah. You're talking about a modus tollens that people can't see. People like the flat earth guys just go, that's not an argument. But it is. It's a pretty simple modus tollens. Like, I couldn't make it much more simpler. I helped QE, when he was doing his fallacious modus tollens.
So, you helped him to make a fallacious modus tollens?
No, I said this is how you simplify it, QE. The one that you've done's like just far too convoluted. This is the simplification of an argument. How it works.
So you're like edifying the arguments in the FE community. That's dope.
Well, I do like it. I think there are fewer loopholes through it for sure.
As they always say, the simpler the better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, keep it simple, stupid. I favor that approach, sure.
Which brings me right back to your graphics team. So who do you guys have making these graphics?
Yeah.
You'd be
Anything but the actual
surprised.
question.
You'd be surprised at the team of people we have doing the videos, the tests, the live streams, the website. We've got, me.
Okay, so it's all you.
Yep.
So it's like a loop back to what we were talking about earlier.
Well, obviously,
nice.
And all of the people that are around us at the on the level Discord server.
Real slick, this guy. You got to keep him around.
So, are we going to get a length of how long can we have a tool in reality called a water level to establish a horizontal? Because some people have said, the blue marble scientists, they say you can't. That there's no length that you can have, which is really weird, isn't it?
What would be the point of telling you otherwise? Because you just say this is 75 times.
Yeah. I don't know. There just is something like, okay, I imagine if you had one of these levels and you measured, something like a football field length for horizontal, then okay, it'll probably work. But I imagine once you get to long enough stretch, you'll need to deal with factors that would affect the water in the tube over a certain amount of length. So you might need to have thicker walls on whatever tube you're using, or it might need to have a larger
Why is that?
diameter even. Just all the external factors, because I'm not a scientist, I can't identify them individually. But what makes me think of one thing
Yeah,
is
just thicker walls.
like, yeah, and I even think of like, okay, if I was
You
to,
don't know anything about hydrostatic pressure or anything, do you?
I mean, didn't I just say that?
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, carry imagining. Tell everybody if you well, just let this guy imagine away. Yeah, that'll be all right.
Why aren't you seeking out what actually is going on instead of sitting there going nuh all the time on something you admit you haven't got a clue about?
Well, I'm
No.
So how can you say nuh and you don't even know what's even being said?
I'm not saying nuh-uh.
He felt an
I
affinity
am
with the
asking probing
imaginometry.
questions. I'm asking the questions that any critical thinking person would ask who doesn't know dick about this shit.
You're imagining that stuff. You're imagining it might be like this and might be like that.
Yeah,
He's
and
imagining
then
thicker
you
walls
guys,
might sort something, but would they sort it from being horizontal, or would they stop it from being horizontal? Like what?
yeah,
If we're
it would.
after a length of
Yeah, I
horizontal.
can imagine a certain length with the improper tubular construct would give you inaccurate results for sure. The same way if you suck through a straw in a regular 20-ounce cup, that's your typical fast food straw, you're going to get the desired result. But if you have the same diameter of that straw, going 3 feet long into the same cup, you don't get the same effect.
Oh, straws.
Right?
That's a
Right.
vertical, right? You ever heard of
McDonald's
33
theorem.
Yes. So I imagine something with the magic of what's happening in that vertical could still, though some properties would affect the horizontal measurements as well.
Let me just get that. The vertical affects the horizontal of the water level.
Nope. In the same way that the construction of the tube in a vertical, like a straw, so like I said, a straw that you use in a cup that's 6 inches long, but in a 20-ounce cup, you get a certain ability to suck up the drink. For you would suck it up very fast because you're great at sucking.
That's a vertical column, yeah?
So, okay. Now, if you make that straw 3 feet long, 4 feet long, you lose the ability to drink that drink in the same way you do when it was 6 inches. And
Yeah.
I imagine some
And
of
if
that
you make
same
it 33 feet long, it's impossible. We know that.
right, unless you do something like
basic
increase
laws
the
of
diameter,
physics.
you get bigger lungs. So I imagine some of these principles,
Wait,
not the exact things, some of these
33 feet
principles
long?
can
What the
be
fuck's that got to do with physics?
translated. If you would stop talking, some of these principles can be translated when we're talking about these horizontal measuring things as well.
Have you got a citation for the McDonald's theorem you've proposed?
Yes.
It was like in response to how long a water level can be to produce a horizontal
accurate
plane of
results.
reference.
We're talking about accurate results, like
just horizontal.
If
what's
we
the accuracy of horizontal? It either is or it isn't.
Okay.
So how long can you make a water level?
That was my first question to you, like an hour ago.
It wasn't. It was my question to you.
The hell it was. I asked you that. I said, what is the longest known
I said 400 meters.
Level? You did say that.
And I gave you some numbers.
And then my answer was, I don't.
What do you think those numbers were?
And my answer was, I don't think that's long enough to debunk that the Earth is a globe.
Yeah. But that water level, supposedly, according to Slice Barkane, Ruhith, Starkadder, whatever, according to them, there's a drop of 13 millimeters, isn't there? over 400 meters. I told you I had a water level of 400 meters. That water level establishes a horizontal plane of reference. Yet the numbers on the page that you said were measurable were a drop from horizontal.
Okay, so let me ask you this: how deep, when you run these water levels,
How deep is your love?
how deep do they need to go? Like when they ran the 400-meter one, did they have to run it underground or do they do it above ground?
No, it was at the side of a canal, above the ground, obviously, an even altitude, a water level, is a tool for establishing an even altitude. Points at an equal, even altitude.
What's another word for even?
Not odd. Unodd.
I'm looking for a synonym for even. I'm looking for a
Why?
9-letter word
Level?
for the rate of change of slope.
Is anybody going to attempt a length of water level for establishing a horizontal? Anyone?
You can fuck all with your water level and your horizontal,
See,
which
the way
you
I
need
see it, Bev,
more,
right? I
which
could,
you need
I
more than
could,
I do.
I could do that. I could do that, or right, I could get a triangle, show the Earth's spherical, and then just make the calculations from there. Don't really need to prove directly your made-up experiment wrong.
Yeah, man, factotum, it's like the Earth is not flat. That's provable.
If I can
You
prove the Earth is
said.
spherical with
Wait,
the
that's what you said. Bev, did you say the Earth is flat?
The Earth is not flat.
The Earth is not flat? Is that what you said?
Yes.
What does even mean? What's a synonym for even?
Why?
I'm curious. I don't know.
Why?
What's a synonym?
Give us the phrase that you're wanting to say, and we'll
You
see
said
whether
even.
this
No,
one
you
you
said
need
even.
a new word to put
What
there.
is even? You said even.
Yes,
Bev?
a water level is a device for establishing an even altitude. A horizontal plane.
What's a synonym for even?
Is this some sort of mental problem you have? Sorry, I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not that into
you might wanna-
words that I need to do this. Play this
The
ridiculous
pot
game.
calling the kettle black.
It's like ECV, if you ask me.
I
You might
ask
wanna
you for a
consult, like, a thesaurus
description,
or
and you can't equivocate. Okay. My bad.
You ain't equivocating.
Points at an equal or even altitude, equal, there you go, there's another one, in reality would be able to be called a horizontal plane of reference. Would you call that a synonym? Not really, because it's not a word, is it?
Well, not by anybody knows what they're talking about, but maybe by you.
Is anyone willing to give us an estimated maximum length for establishing a horizontal in reality with a tool called a water level?
Yeah,
Who
the
cares?
longest distance.
Yeah, infinity.
Who fucking cares?
There you go. Somebody says infinity.
I said that.
Yeah.
That was Red Clay. Do I get a gold star?
Should we go back to the original modus tollens?
What's that?
If the globe is a spherical object, then the surface of
What do you
liquid
think of
water must
Manufactotum's
curve.
Oh, you
video,
talking
Bev?
about the PQ thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I
What
remember that.
What do you
I'll
think
look
about
at that too.
Manufactotum's video, Bev?
Oh, Adrian's thing. That's a hump, isn't it? They've got it all wrong. Apart from them using pressure fittings, and it's not really under enough pressure for those fittings to work, and the fact that they use like a load of water, and there's no water on the floor. They've not got any leaks anywhere. The theodolite isn't even on a tripod. It's not hooked up. And, well, basically, they've got a hump. Which is wrong, isn't it? Like, that's got it going higher. Is that higher in the middle?
Yeah, Peter got a drop, right?
Yes, which is exactly what we
those
expect.
numbers
Higher in the
were
middle.
definitely for a drop, right? That's been confirmed.
I got
No, it's
beautiful
higher in the
drop.
middle. That's what it should be.
Higher
What do you
in the
think,
middle,
Jerry?
you say?
Jerry, what do you think? It's higher in the middle.
Higher in the middle. Wow.
Yeah.
Hump.
You might want to tell Peter.
Yeah, well, there's loads
No,
of
I'm
people,
telling you.
right?
So the water's flowing now out of the ends.
See, this is why we did
Let's
the
get your mum out of this, okay?
we did the center point. Remember, I'm explaining to Elder Bear how the realizing Euclid test works, and it's a water level, but we have an overlap because that encompasses the end point of one level to be the center point of the other level. So the Sagitta numbers would come into play, right, Scott?
You expect so, yeah. Yeah.
With
Well,
the
you can
hump.
verify the middle.
Dude,
The hump's
higher in the middle.
play.
Argument's over. Higher in the middle.
Yep.
So the water's flowing out of the ends then.
Higher in the middle.
Yeah, well, the water's flowing out of either end or one end.
But it wasn't.
Both. Well, if you lift it up in the middle, of course it is.
But it's not.
Well, how's that happening then?
Well, it's all right then.
Well, we've explained this to you. You just don't want to accept it.
Think about it. Think about it like this, Elder Bear. You've got Sly Sparkane, and he's got 16 100-meter water levels, right? Now, the endpoints are obviously even, at an even altitude. So all of them get lined up, and all of the humps are in the middle. So it's just a series of 16 humps in the middle of where the water level isn't. Right,
To
Scott?
drop or not to drop? That is
It's
the
so
question.
amazing how you guys just got to ignore the evidence right in front of your face. Nope, I'm not going to look. I'm not going to look. Can't make me.
What do you mean
Snake
by
Earth.
what do you mean by it gets higher in the
All
middle?
right, then all
I thought
Bevtardi
they
is
were
debunked.
only.
I guess
I
they're
thought
done.
it was only two ends on this thing. So what are you talking about?
Yeah, they've got one in the middle in the video. Have you not watched it? The video that people keep posting. There's
I
some,
saw a picture.
Yeah, there's some jippos on a runway driving a white van down a runway.
I didn't see that.
And they've got it higher in the middle.
That's precious.
But it's only higher because they've put that. Well, they've not connected the water up.
So now it's only higher
little
because
hatch thing.
Excuses, excuses.
Yeah, look at that. It's I thought higher meant that it wasn't a sphere. Now you're saying it's only higher because. I see.
How do you know it is higher?
Okay, so I'm looking at this ABC.
There's some hatching, isn't there?
So what does this tube look like that they are looking at the middle?
They've used
I don't understand
high pressure tubing. I don't know if you've ever worked with high pressure tubing. And the fitments on that.
I have,
how it works.
but that's a cheap joke.
You don't need high pressure tubing for 6 feet of water.
What?
What are you, stupid?
Have a look in the video. Have you watched the video?
They don't need high pressure tubing for 6 feet of water.
Hey,
Who cares? It's 6 feet of water.
Well, they don't really work under low pressure. That's the thing.
6 feet of water.
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Dude, 6 feet of water is not going to get high pressure.
I know.
It just won't.
So why did they use high pressure fitments? Perhaps there isn't really any water in the actual tube connecting each other. Perhaps
Anything you
it's
need
just
is the fact that the middle was higher,
big
Bev.
vats with
Higher.
liquid in.
Higher.
Yeah, you don't know they're connected though, do you?
Higher. Ignore all you want.
How do you know that?
Try to deflect. Try to deflect. Higher.
Selected knowledge from a YouTube video, eh? Selected knowledge from a YouTube video. That you're always pointing at people.
Oh no! It's not.
Thought of it all. Definitely
a video.
A little bit. We've been going at it for 2 hours. Okay.
One video.
Some gypsy
All those
said
years of work,
it's higher in the middle, and they
take a Spurg break.
Proof. There's the proof. That's all. Just look at
years
the
of work.
video.
So do we have
One
a
YouTube
do we have a
video.
length of what that is? Like where's the horizontal with that water level that you see on in the picture? Because it is
That's
a
your
for.
question.
Well, I'd say he's tricking you. I'd say they're not connected. There's no
Of course, he's lying.
connection
You're right.
between
He's probably
those three
lying.
things.
He's probably lying. He's probably part of the conspiracy, right?
Well, yeah, because that's all he's ever done.
Well,
He's never
yeah.
done a follow-up. He's
But
never talked to anybody
Goodness
about
me.
it. It's pretty obvious
but
what it is.
this is in your pile of the preponderance of evidence. This crappy little video. If anybody else
Years
presented
and
something
years
like
of
that, you
work
go,
of
"How
Bev,
ridiculous!" This guy
Bev
spent
in the
hours
water.
talking about some graphics that he couldn't read because he couldn't zoom in, and pulling that apart, and then just cursory look at this video and goes, "Yep, that's it.
Yeah,
It is
Erdebez
globe."
saying, I don't like him, therefore he's wrong. Yeah, that makes sense.
Shut up.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense. Yep.
Okay, I didn't know I was supposed to watch the video. I was just looking at the ABC snapshots on this, so I'm watching the video now.
There you go. You just took it though as
So
a fact somehow.
you get to see
I
how
told
they
y'all I'm
set all
slow.
of those levels.
Let's see what we got here. So I'm seeing, okay.
That's not what you're saying.
What can you verify within that
Or
thing?
that's not what you're saying.
No, it is. I'm saying, what can
No,
you
it's not.
verify from that video?
That Bev Tardy is over.
Cast a critical
First
eye
of all,
over that.
first thing that stands out is I hear a pump, and I can't tell if it's the car shooting the footage or if there's actually like a pump with a motor on it connected to this tube.
No, I hope there isn't a pump with a motor on it connected to a tube, because that would definitely invalidate the test. It's meant to be water at rest, hopefully not injecting some pressure into it. So, okay, we've already got a query. I've never even heard of that one, but possible pressure being injected into the system.
Okay. Don't get too excited, okay? Remember, I'm the smooth brain around here, so you don't want to hop on what I say too quickly. But yeah, that's, if you look where the dude is with the laptop at the beginning, you can hear the motor, and then I'm kind of looking to the left of his laptop. He's got this yellow thing.
Does that look like a professional piece of equipment?
But
where are y'all posting?
It looks semi-professional. You know, professional shit can be DIY sometimes. You'd be surprised.
Can you see the theodolite there? Do you notice it?
All right, I'm just gonna watch now and shut up for a sec.
Don't you just love comfortable silences?
Poorly performed.
Hey, what is the synonym? What is the synonym for even that you were looking for?
From Bev?
Yeah, from
whoever. I was looking for sound clip gold. He had his moment. It passed. It's okay. Maybe it'll come around again, right? Bev?
Yeah, possibly. Possibly somebody might have a go at trying to replicate this sort of thing, but like do it better, fix it. Slice Barcane tried his bending water level experiment, but he couldn't get water to the end of the pipes.
So let me see. Okay,
it's connected all to over the place. It was a mess.
Okay, so they run a T connector. So that's what they got going on here. It's a T connector.
Is that a high pressure T connector? There's not a pump
at this second station. Yeah, it's like there's a T attachment. Okay. And clearly the sound of that was the engine from this shitty little minivan that they got. Okay.
Obviously.
And then they're measuring.
See, Bev, I'm telling you, this is what happens when you put all your eggs in one argument. You know, you're like, okay, this is the argument I'm going to spend years committing to. You know, there's one YouTube
this
video.
is just the one that we did to help QE out about 4 or 5 years ago. We've got plenty of other arguments, right?
Yeah, it is a 6-year-old video.
You told me this was your best one, right? So whatever you've got
I didn't
next,
say this was the best. This was just the one we made first when we were helping QE improve his fallacious modus tollens. When Emma said, like, you mind your P's and Q's. QE. So we fixed it. We minded our P's and Q's. We simplified the argument and made it, advanced simplicity. Just an argument.
No, if Peter could see this right now, he would have been having a great time.
Peter can see everything.
False dichotomy.
I'm still watching this video.
My daddy Peter.
Yeah, Daddy Peter.
Carnivore.
Oh boy,
brilliant.
Peter can
Come
see
and have a
this.
chat, Carnivore. Open your mic. It's almost like this obsessed. So Carnivore is going for the hump because the sagittar is that little vertical rise, the hump, how much higher the center is than the two end points.
Okay.
I do believe that other one is just put in there is Lake Pontchartrain claimed to have a 90-foot hump by Blue Marble Science. A 90-foot sagittar.
BHIUK.com. There's a little. Have to look that up too.
Only claimed in these particular places around here because, most of the people in reality know that level is horizontal.
Well, if most people you mean by almost nobody, yeah, sure.
So here's what I don't like about the
Uh-oh.
Somebody's.
Oh my god. I don't think I've ever heard roboting so bad.
Yeah, that was.
Dude. It's an alien. ET phone home.
So.
Just beyond the limits.
So. In this video, right? I hate to exasperate this, but damn it, I'm gonna understand it. All right. The very first place, they didn't have them measuring it in the video.
Yeah, it's your critique.
Yeah. Why didn't they measure the very first one? That's why I don't like this video.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Because I need to see all three being measured.
Yeah, how do you know that all of those three buckets are connected? I mean, they're connected by a tube, but how do you know the tube hasn't got any airlocks in it? How do you know there's actual water in the tube?
It looks like they're supposedly using some kind of, like they dyed the water or something so we can see. Okay, yeah. I get what they're trying.
Exactly what they did, yeah.
But there's none on the floor. There's no way of you knowing if there's any in the tube, is there?
No, we trust them. They have no reason to lie to us, do they?
Yeah, I mean, who'd bother lying?
What reason do they have to lie?
Yeah. And
so that's what it comes down to, Bev. How do you disagree with you as a liar?
Establish the hatching things.
The dude had his kid there. You think he's going to involve his kid in a lie?
The hatching things that you're referencing the water 2.
Yeah.
How'd you know?
You guys are funny.
Getting his kid involved in a lie.
Where did they come
What do you
from?
think of people, Bev?
Where
You
did
have
the
a horrible
heights of
opinion of
those
people.
things, the hatchings, come from?
Horrible
Okay.
opinion of people, man.
You know, Scott. You know, Scott, how you got shanghaied into Titty 6?
I got what?
You got shanghaied into Titty 6 without kind of any agreement. It just got some message and said, you are one of us.
Conscripted.
What are you
Yeah, you're
talking about?
conscripted into it, right? Well, that's me.
Oh, this is
So
a
that's a
joke.
they.
This is
You're
supposed to be
one of they.
funny. I get it. I get it now. This is good.
Yeah,
Keep
you're
going.
one of
Keep going.
they. And
No,
you
this is
don't
funny.
you
This
don't
is
know
all
what
funny.
Peter knows or what his other compatriots know. You only know a little bit of it. So you are they. That's how
Oh,
it's
okay.
done. Just like that. You know, where
All
you
right.
only know a little bit of the shit. You shout up for the people, the boss, go, yeah, boss, I'm with you. I'm with you,
You,
boss.
do you really think there's bosses?
And so when you say who are they, you are they.
I mean, what kind of bizarre understanding of the world do you have where you think there are bosses and you think we're organized?
Well, somebody enrolled you into something you weren't even agreeing to be enrolled in, and now you're saying you're one of them with no
No,
agreement.
Noah,
Wow.
you can't have it both ways. You can't say, "Oh, look, right, this guy's an amateur. He doesn't know what he's doing." Of all this, wrong shit going on with this video. But also, he's being paid. He's being paid. He's directly involved. Like, no, we're not
Don't
having
get
it both
frantic. Calm
ways. You're
down.
not playing both
Calm
sides.
down, Yui.
You're not having it both
Never heard
ways.
any,
Too animated.
never heard any payment involved. No payment involved. Say anything about payment or reimbursement or anything.
Yeah.
Came to
He's a
Yui's
part
Never
mind
of
though,
the
said a
didn't it?
word about
cabal.
that.
He's a part of the cabal, but he's also an amateur. Just a random guy, but he's a part of the cabal at the same time, obviously.
He admitted so himself yesterday.
I see.
That's where I got it
Okay.
from.
Okay. I
The
mean, I
words
get.
from Scott's mouth. Not my imagination. I just listened to Scott. That's what he said. He doesn't know much. He helped him out with some spherical triangles, and that's it. And now, but he is a member of TT6, so he's a member of the Globe, Ultimate Globe Proving Group.
Are we a part of the cabal as well?
And who brought up Cabal? I've heard somebody say Cabal, but I don't know who it was. Well, I
So
don't know. I
maybe
never
you
mentioned
guys call
Cabal.
yourselves not
I don't
flat
think I mentioned
earthers.
Cabal. In fact, I know I didn't mention Cabal. I just said you are part of the group, the Ultimate Globe Proofer Group, TT6. Who
Yeah.
are they? They are
Okay, speaking of
a
TT6, who
group
is ready for the world premiere?
World premiere.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages,
Who is ready?
let's get ready to rumble!
Is this
Jerry,
globe proof version
Jerry,
3.3, Peter?
Jerry, I made this for you because you like Biohazard. You ready to watch it?
Yeah.
I never said
I've
that I
got to
liked
get
them,
out
but
of here. I've got to
No, you don't.
something to
Nope.
do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. Of course
You
I
don't
do.
have a goddamn
Yeah,
thing to
you
do.
guys have done with it. I
Who's
mean,
ready? Who's ready?
You're gonna watch this video.
Who is ready?
I've seen it. You've got a
TT6.
hump in the middle. That's what they came up with. Conclusion: hump. They even
Introducing
got a measurement of it as well,
TT6.
haven't they? You could
You
put
don't
a
have
ruler on
anything
that,
else
couldn't
to
you?
do.
Measure.
You're gonna watch this video
Would it
Major.
comport to the numbers? Which numbers do you think it would comport to?
Yui, you ready? Manu, ready?
You have to
I'm
work
gonna
out your
ready?
start it.
quadratic equations for the midpoint.
Hey, Bev,
Follow
hop
the
on in here.
monad. I'll see
Hop on
you
in here,
guys.
Bev.
What is it? Oh, it's Thursday. It's
Hop
the
on
big
in
day
here.
See you
tomorrow,
later,
isn't it?
Bev.
I'll see
See you
you
later.
tomorrow morning. Right?
See
We'll
you
get
later.
it warmed up.
See you later.
How many tickets have you
Alright.
sold?
2 tickets. See you
Hopefully
later.
lots.
He said,
Bye bye.
Yeah, this is official
Bye bye.
business, Peter. I'm not
Bye
bothered
bye.
about you.
TT6.
Trying
TT6
to
is
talk
coming
about,
in.
the big day tomorrow. You guys
Can
got
somebody
anything going?
mute?
Have you
Can
got
somebody mute Bev?
you guys? Have you got a link somewhere that I can start pushing out to help you?
Heretic, please mute Bev, and I'll send you a kiss.
I'll put it on any videos that I put out.
I worked hard to make this
Well, you're
video
not
for like
bothered.
2 hours.
Well, if you do, send us a link over there in the on the level.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, see you later.
Can you guys see my SIA?
Hey,
Oh my god! Oh crap!